attention now is on the internal activities and some of the crises rocking the People's Democratic Party. As we speak, we understand that governors of the party are meeting in Taraba State. Governor Kefas will be hosting them tonight. And we know that the meetings as to the progress and the activities within the party get their attention. And the NEC meeting is also very much weeks away or days away. And there are a lot of conversation around what is going on. Meanwhile, the acting national chairman of the party, Mr. Damagum, has vowed not to allow critics of his leadership style to intimidate him into abdicating his responsibilities. Damagum says that there are those criticisms coming from the likes of Chief Edwin Clark and the former party spokesperson, Mr. Kola Olobodiyan, who have both criticized his handling of the party's activities in River State and allegations of anti-party activities leveled against Chief Nyesom Wike. Of course, Mr. Nyesom Wike yesterday had said categorically that he will remain in the PDP and he will fight his way out of whatever the ongoings are. Of course, yesterday, pictures you can see right on your screen are those of the inauguration of two committees, the Reconciliation and Disciplinary Committee of the party, to be headed by Chief Olagunsoye Oyinlola, a former governor of Osun State and former military administrator, and of course, Chief Tom Ikimi, one of the members, the chieftain of the party. Let's get talking. One of the person that has been fingered in criticizing Mr. Damagum, the acting national chairman, is the former national publicity secretary of the PDP, Kola Olobodiyan, and he's live with us here in our studio. Thank you so much, Mr. Olobodiyan, for joining us.
Thank you very much, Gio.
What happened? You're very critical of Mr. Damagum. Are you one of those seeking for his job?
No. I'm not. You see my name anyway among those aspiring to be chairman. No. But what we are saying is that there must be justice. Even the former governor of Rivers State, the minister of FCT, Aviation Wike. If you look at all these arguments in 2022, 2023, is it not about justice? So, can we abandon sin and expect grace to be available? We can't. So what we are saying is this. Damagum was elected as deputy national chairman. The person who vacated the office of the chairman is from the North Central.
Senator Yocha.
Senator Yocha is from North Central. So
by the force of law.
By the force of law, by the court. This is the constitution of the PDP. 2017 as amended. Everything you want is contained here. So the simple demand is this. We went to NEC and went to demand in NEC that, look, let North Central assume its position so that we can have justice in the party. Ambassador Elias Damagum is claiming that he's the one holding the office of Deputy National Chairman, even as we are speaking though. He's claiming that he must continue to hold the office of the National Chairman. We cannot allow sin to abound and think that we'll have grace.
But whose responsibility is it to call for a replacement of a national chairman when there is vacancy? Is it the NEC or the NWC?
So, let me tell you what happened at the last NEC. Before the last NEC, the North Central zone met. I went to NEC, I went to caucus to demand that let's continue let the North Central continue our tenure. I went from caucus when we went to NEC. It was decided that, after the congresses, that NEC would now entertain the demand of the North Central. That's a decision of NEC. And I even believe, and in line with the Constitution, we do not even need to complete the congresses for NEC to meet and take a decision on this matter. But Ambassador Elias Damagum is saying that we should not speak about the fact that the chairmanship of the party must come back to the North Central. So let us look at the portion of the Constitution, 45, under Chapter 6, 45, 1 and 2. It says that if a national officer of the party is removed or he resigns from office, he shall immediately hand over to the National Secretary or records. That's one. Two, he said in case of the national chairman, he shall hand over to the deputy national chairman from his own region, part of the country who shall, without prejudice to section 47(6) of this constitution, act as the national chairman, pending the election of a replacement. Now, let us look at what 47(6) is saying. 47(6) says, where a vacancy occurs in any of the offices of the party, the executive committee at the appropriate level shall appoint another person from the zone where the officer originated from to serve out the tenure of the officer. Where is Ayu from? Ayu is from the North Central. So when I watch the former governor of Rivers State, Chief Vincent Wike, and FCT minister now, saying that, oh, no, we must have election, we must have caretaker. I was like, oh, maybe he read the constitution, maybe he read only 45(2) without taking into consideration what 47(6) says. Because you cannot read 45(2) in isolation of 47(6). I am not a lawyer, but this is written in English. So the position of the North Central is very clear. We are just demanding for justice. We are saying that, look, allow the North Central to also continue from where Ayu stopped, pending the expiration of the tenure of this leadership.
Maybe there are those, and if you read further into the constitution of your party, which says that at every election period, that the position of the national chairman should be in the opposite direction to the presidential position candidacy that the party decide on. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case in the 2023 election. You had a northern presidential candidate and a northern chairman of the party. Maybe that was the sensibility that Nyesom Wike is saying, that since you had a northern presidential candidate, maybe you should just throw it up and flip the zoning arrangement such that the national chairmanship should come from the southern region of the country.
There's no need for this argument, because we have not moved to the level of another presidential election. And even if we come from the rear...
But if the arrangement not skewed already as of 2023...
Let me explain to you. Let me explain this thing to you, and through you to Nigerians. In 2020, even the 2023 election you were talking about, was it not Northeast that had the presidential candidate of the party? Was it not Northeast that had the deputy national chairman of the party? The only position that came to the North Central was national chairman. And even as we are speaking, even as you and I are speaking now, Damagum is still the occupant of the position of the deputy national chairman. And what we are saying is the North Central position is very simple.
But you've forgotten that in that 2023,
yes,
there are those who fought and said the status quo at the time was wrong. The schemings within the party was wrong. The arrangement was not right.
Yeah.
For you to, did you forget?
I listened to Damagum.
Was it right? Was it right for you to have had a presidential candidate from the North and the national chairman from the North?
Now, I listened to Damagum yesterday, where he claimed that if they allow him to speak, so let me copy his word. There are issues that I don't want to talk about in public. Because as far as I am concerned, my drive, my passion is to guarantee a united, one and single PDP that can rescue Nigeria, maybe in conjunction with other parties, that can rescue us from the constitution. So going to the rear, going back, you understand, playing the game of 2 years ago, it will not help the party. Well, having said that, to move forward, for us to progress as a party, let there be justice. Because two wrongs, let's even assume, without conceding, that the position that you are latching on, which is the disposition of the Minister of FCT, former Governor Nyesom Wike, was that, oh, what happened in 2023 was wrong. Assuming without conceding. So are we now going to use another wrong to replace the wrongness, the previous wrongness? The answer is no. So what's important to Nigerians now, particularly to members of this party, who are desirous of a change, who want a new government in 2027, and who want to be able to unite to plan the process, is that let us have peace, let's have justice. All the reconciliation thing that you are talking about, Sheon, that Damagum has said, reconciliatory committee. How can he be sitting on another man's chair and say that he's reconciling? He himself needs to be reconciled. So because first and foremost, he needs to accept, he needs to agree to the wrongness of his action. So and allow the North Central to come.
You think that you see illegality in what Damagum is and his position presently? That's what you see. You think that Damagum, being the leader of the party at the moment, is illegal?
So, Look,
is that your position?
Wait now, I will provide you facts before I go there. The current national woman leader is from the South. The occupant of that seat, we lost her. And Amina came to replace that occupant. If you go to the Southwest, the national vice chairman, under the same constitution, the national vice chairman from the Southwest came from Osun. We lost him. A replacement came. I mean, we can go on and on and on and on.
So things are upside down in your party.
Under
the leadership of your party is really upside down.
Under this
is that what is going on
under this constitution, we can go on and on. I don't know whether the leadership is upside down, but what I do know is that the wish of majority of party members is for Damagum to go and take his deputy national chairman and allow the North Central.
So how do you arrange, how do you suggest the party go about replacing Iyorchia Ayu? Is it to go to Iyorchia Ayu's local government or senatorial district, or go to Benue, or just from the North Central? What is your proposition?
So leave that to the North Central caucus to decide. What's important to the party, what the party has always done. Because I've also heard argument that, oh, this position was zoned to the North and the South. Correct. Position was zoned to the North and the South. But when it got to the North sat down and microzone their positions and say, okay, you Northeast, take deputy national chairman. Oh, you North Center, take national chairman. And that is where it's been. What we are saying, this decision is very straight. It's normal.
So, but why is the North Central caucus,
yes,
which you are a member of that caucus,
yes,
why are you not sitting down to agree? Have you agreed just yet?
So, we have not concluded on agreement, but we have had a meeting and made a presentation to the caucus of the party and made a presentation to the NEC. And at the last NEC, a decision was reached that after the congresses, North Central will produce the national chairman. So all these arguments of, I don't want this thing to look personal between Damagum and I don't have any issue with Damagum at all. But I'm just demanding. I am from North Central. We are nobody's self. And nobody should think that they can use us as selves. So our demand is simple. Look, allow the North Central to produce their successor to Ayu. So let North Central go and sit down and say, okay, this is the successor that we have brought to NEC. I think that is the issue.
In Benue, there is also that division. There are those who believe that it is the right of Benue people to determine who replaces Iyorchia Ayu.
Even if we talk about that, there are people from my home state who are contesting for that national chairman.
But you remember what happened when Iyorchia Ayu emerged? The argument about the Benue people, especially even the senatorial district of Iyorchia Ayu, about the argument of why it was necessary for a Benue man from the Iyorchia Ayu extraction to be the national chairman of the party.
So that should be allowed to be decided by the North Central zone. We state, look, when they brought offices ahead of the last convention, two major offices came to North Central: the national chairman and the national legal advisor. The national chairman went to Benue. The national legal advisor went to Kwara. Plateau State is holding the North Central the North Central vice chairman, even as we speak. The party has its own internal arrangement. It is when distortions come in, that's where you begin to have.
Was anybody shut down at the NEC meeting when this matter was raised?
I don't know.
There are those who say that at the last NEC meeting, some of these issues was being raised,
yes,
but they were being shut down.
There were situations, and I remember that members were not allowed to discuss the issue in detail because the leaders of the party said, look, they've already agreed that after the congresses, that was when they slated the next NEC for August 28th or 25th or thereabout. And I said, look, let's just go and do our congresses. Then when we come back, we'll come and decide this North Central issue. So it's before NEC. It's not an issue that is strange to the party.
But I mean, the governors are meeting in Taraba.
Oh, yeah, I'm aware.
If they have not started, I know some of them might be watching right now.
Yeah.
Is it not incumbent on some of them? There are very strong caucus or arm of the political arm of the party. And there are those who will be hoping that they might be able to serve some leadership and help to give the party direction. And there are those who are criticizing the likes of Atiku Abubakar. That how can the PDP or Atiku Abubakar wants to lead Nigeria and you guys are finding it difficult to even put your house in order? A simple seat we are not able to fill, and yet you people are aspiring to want to lead Nigeria. Is it not possible for you to just micromanage whatever is happening in your home, your little home, and talking about the larger Nigeria equation?
See, there's a disposition that I have always put in the public. And the disposition is that PDP is not about any individual. I hold to that. It's about this nation. It's about our democracy. And that is why people like you are helping us by bringing us to come and share information to members who are not even aware or who don't even know how issues are running. So I don't like it when we begin to limit the issue of the party to Atiku, or we begin to limit the issue of the party.
Who is the political leader of the party today?
Well, I don't know whom you have appointed, Sheung, as a political leader. It's
not about me. It's a conventional issue. You be in politics, and as a retired journalist, Kola.
I'm not a retired journalist.
You understand how these conventions play out.
Yes.
At the end of a presidential election, the last presidential candidate assumed that role of giving the party direct political leadership, aside the administrative leadership of the party. And that those, when it was Jonathan's turn, it was like that. When the party did not have any presidential candidate, it was assumed that Bukola Saraki and the rest, who got the highest position in the land at that time, is the political leadership of the party. It's by convention. And that those who are thinking that those who have political power or who possess the political leadership of the party should be able to help the party, and they will have a voice within the party. That is what is obtainable.
I think what I can tell you about what's happening in the party presently is about the collegiate of leadership. I think that's what I can say. That's talking to you now as.
Or is it that the party lacks direction?
No, I don't.
If you are not able to agree on little things at neck.
If you say the party lacks direction, then you are saying that the Damagum leadership lacks direction.
You have always criticized Damagum.
And I will not be able to contend.
No, because if your party,
I will not be able to contend that with you.
How long now has Yochayu been removed from office?
I think it's more than a year.
So one single office your party is not able to fill.
It's unfortunate because...
Isn't that disgraceful?
It's unfortunate because you can see that the man who has one position is insisting that he will not go back to his own position and allow those who are supposed to elect another person to that position to elect such a person. Like I would love to say, and I'm very sincere about this, I do not have any personal issue with Ambassador Damagum. But what I am demanding, what I believe I'm representing, what I believe I'm saying is that, look, allow justice in the party.
Those of you who are insinuating that Damagum is playing a certain political card, what do you think all this is up to?
How? What kind of card?
There are some interest in the party who think that Damagum is serving some interest within the party.
It's all politics as far as I am concerned.
To whose favor?
But what's important?
To whose interest?
What's important is that allow the North Central to produce the chairman. Whatever service you want, whatever interest you want to service, you can still service it as deputy national chairman. Because when he goes to court, because he's in court against the NWC, he's in court against the BOT, he's in court against the NEC, as we are speaking. So when you go to court and say they want to remove you from your office, nobody wants to remove you from your office because your office is office of the deputy national chairman, not the national chairmanship office. And whatever interest he wants to serve, he can use that deputy national chairman.
So Damagum, from your explanation, is up against the party. That's what you're saying.
He's in court.
All right. We need to go now. Thank you so much. Kola Ologbodiyan was a former National Publicity Secretary of the PDP and a retired journalist.
Who told you? I don't like that one. I'm a journalist.
You used to be one.
I'm your colleague, Chief.